Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Davis. I am a certified trichologist here to service all of your hair and scalp disorders. And the reason for this short video is I wanted to come on because I wanted to talk to you briefly about the importance of shampooing your hair properly and the products that you should use in order to make this procedure successful. There are two basic reasons why we should shampoo. The number one reason is for cleanliness to the scalp and the hair. The second one is for stimulation to your hair follicles and stimulation to the scalp, as well as stimulation to the hair strands that connect to the hair shaft. When you're talking about cleanliness, people always ask, how often should one shampoo? I always recommend that each individual shampoo every 7 to 10 days. All scalps are not created equal, and everyone will not be using the same products during this shampoo session. You're going to have some people that have excessively oily scalps. You're going to have some that have a normal scalp. You're going to have some that have dry, itchy, smelly scalps that have a large amount of scales, which is malassezia, which is a yeast that builds up over top of dandruff, and it causes your scalp to itch. It's a fungus that causes the scalp to have odors, and if you don't shampoo properly, it can lead to hair loss. And so that's the reason why it's very important that we shampoo once a week, because we don't know what we're coming in contact with in the elements of the air, the sun, the rain, whatever products that it is that we're using, excessive amount of oily products that we're piling onto our scalp, which do nothing except cause buildup if we're not shampooing it off at least every 7 to 10 business days. And not even necessarily business days, just every 7 to 10 days as a whole. What type of products should you use? For those clients that have dandruff, the scales that live on top of the scalp, and they cause itchy scalps, and they have odors, and they're dry, and when you scratch, you lift up scales, and you sometimes can cause the scalp to bleed and end up with dermatitis or psoriasis and things of that nature, or eczema. For those clients, I always recommend that you use a really good shampoo that has a dandruff treatment included, along with a moisturizing ingredient as well. You always want to make sure that you are shampooing more regular than a normal person would, which would be 7 to 10 business days, or 7 to 10 days in general. So if you have a scalp that is very dry, that is very itchy, that is very scaly, that has an odor, know that that type of dandruff or malassezia is not something that is normal, and it's not what they would call back in the day growing dandruff. There is no such thing as growing dandruff. Healthy hair grows when it is clean and it has an environment that is able to provide nutrients to the dermal papilla, along to the cortex, the cuticle, and the hair shaft, in order to provide nutrients in order for the hair to stay healthy and to continue to grow. I'm actually in the process of creating slides because I want to just make sure that every person that needs to know and understand that shampooing is an essential key to having a healthy scalp as well as healthy hair. Dry scalp happens when there is a deficiency somewhere within the body systems. It can come from you consuming too much caffeine, too much sugar, too much starches, not enough vegetables, not enough fruits, and especially not consuming enough vitamins and minerals and nutrients in the body in order for the hair to thrive and survive and grow and continue to grow. I made a couple notes because, like I said, I'm going to create a slide. Hopefully that this can help some people, in the future. My camera fell down. Sorry about that. But yeah, when it comes down to like elements and nutrients and minerals, you can also have itchy scalp just by using chemicals. If you have a sensitive scalp and you use a relaxer, or you get a color service, and the chemicals in that color service can cause your scalp to have a allergic reaction, and it then can cause the dandruff that would normally come to heal come in abundance. And what we don't want to do is, if this ever happens and you have an abundance of dandruff and scales, you never want to scratch them, because scratching is what causes the dandruff to dissolve itself away, and then it will come back with a vengeance, because dandruff comes to heal. So if you scratch it off and it's trying to heal underneath the surface, you then go back in and you re-injure the actual skin that's healing and causes it to be re-injured, and it will have to start that healing process over again. This is why we don't recommend scratching dandruff or scratching your scalp with a comb, or scratching with a brush, or even scratching with fingernails. As you can see, my nails, because I am a stylist also, I don't have nails that would, get in and scratch and cause scalp issues to my client's scalp, because I know what that can do. Shampoos, when we're talking about shampoos, for those that have normal scalp and normal hair with no issues, you are able to use any type of shampoo that is going to provide back moisture. You don't necessarily have to use a shampoo that is a shampoo for those that have a dry scalp, and for those that have fungus or scalp disorders, hair and scalp disorders. You are in the area where you pretty much can use whatever type of shampoo is going to be good for you, that's going to provide back cleansing and moisture. And I also want to let you know that shampoos don't have to have lather in order for them to cleanse thoroughly, okay? So your first shampoo, which would mean you're going to wet your hair, then you're going to apply the first shampoo. That shampoo almost will never lather, because what it's doing is it's going in, and it's the properties that are in the ingredients for the shampoo. It's actually going in and breaking up and dissolving the sebum and the product that you have used, the buildup that you've used, or the dandruff that's building up on the scalp, and it's going to dissolve it first. So you're going to shampoo once, and you're going to notice that you're not going to see that much lather on the first shampoo. You will see your more lather producing on the hair and the scalp on the second shampoo, because you've gotten rid of all the debris, you've gotten rid of all the buildup, you've gotten rid of all the sebum, you've gotten rid of all the products that may have been building up on the hair within that first shampoo. For those that have an oily scalp, then it just reminds you that if you have dry scalp, and you're using a shampoo that has a moisturizing agent, you can also go behind it and use a conditioner. You can use the conditioner and you can sit your client, or you can sit yourself underneath a steamer. The reason behind the steamer is to provide enough heat at a level where it's not going to burn your scalp. That heat will allow your hair shaft and your cuticles to open up, which will then allow all the products that you have placed onto your hair to be able to go into the hair shaft and the cortex and the cuticles, in order to feed that hair strand the nutrients that it needs, as well as to heal your scalp in the process. If you have an oily scalp, more than likely the oily scalp is coming because you have an overactive amount of sebaceous glands. Majority of the time, this is something that is genetic and hereditary. So if your mother, father, brother, sister have had it and you're starting to experience it, know that it is possible. There is a possibility that it is hereditary, and there also is a possibility that there is something going on internal in the body systems that just needs a little bit of tweaking to get corrected. And once that goes away, you can go right back to using the same products that you were using before, that will aid you in moisturizing the scalp as well as the hair. Your anti-dandruff treatments, You want to make sure that if you have a bad scalp as far as dandruff is concerned, and you know that you have a scalp that has a lot of sebum buildup, and the scalp is scaly, and the scales have an odor, and the scales are itching, and every time you scratch, you're lifting up and you're causing more of a tear and it's bleeding, you want to make sure that you're using a shampoo that contains some perithion zinc. That is going to allow to cleanse, it's going to heal, it's going to break away, and it will rejuvenate and renew new cells so that you will be able to have a healthier scalp and a healthier environment. And for those people who are experiencing those issues, I recommend that they shampoo at least every third day. And you may even have to go see a dermatologist or a wellness, health and wellness practitioner to restart your body so that you can cleanse from the inside out, and therefore those things won't happen as frequent as they possibly are happening at this point in your juncture. There are a lot of type of shampoos that one can use, and I would just suggest that you do your research on that, because I don't promote a specific type of shampoo for a person to use, like a name brand shampoo. I just want you to make sure that you're looking at your situation and purchase the shampoo that you need to use, and conditioners that you need to use, and your leave-in products that you need to use based off of your scalp and your hair texture and what is going on with your scalp. You won't go wrong if you follow those instructions. And if you have any issues or any questions or concerns that you would like for me to answer for you, you can always reach out and send me an email to ausonatural@gmail.com or rockyourlocks@gmail.com. That's ROCKYOURLOCSBYJESS@gmail.com. I am the owner of Also Natural Hair Care Center, LLC, as well as Also Natural International, LLC, also Rock Your Locks by Jess Hair Restoration Salon. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or any concerns or any thoughts that you would like to share, and I would love to discuss them with you. I look forward to talking to you. Have an amazing day.